I need a bigger sledge. I grabbed the wrong rotor. Good story, Dave. That wraps up this install video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell me how bad of a job I did in the comments. Oh, sweet. Okay, this will work. I'm Austin doing brake installs. What are you doing today, Dave? We're doing pads and rotors on Matthew's 40th anniversary. So, Matthew has a track day coming up. It is 100% stock minus an oil cooler. I did that one, right? Yeah, we did that one, yeah. So it's got an oil cooler on it, and it got a clutch over the weekend. So he's good to go there, and now we are going to spice it up. It's full base sports, so Akibonos, that's loud. So we're gonna give the brakes a little bit more bite. There's nothing wrong with the rotors that are on it, they're the factory blanks, but we're just gonna add some slots while we're there. And Carbotech, which is a fantastic track pad. XP12s up front, XP10s in the rear. Very aggressive pad. So yeah, let's do pads and rotors on a 370Z. First thing, take the wheels off. Give me a song of going up. Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way up. What has that guy been up to? This is gonna be fun.
Please turn us 5.
Go home.
Isn't there anyone who cares about Sid?
So, 22 mil. All right, yeah. We'll get this caliper off. There we go. And then the other guy is right here, right behind this brake line. So it is gonna be kind of tight. May have to remove this bolt up here to massage the brake line out of the way. We'll see. Wait, yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to. That's a hard line. Pull the caliper off with a hard line on a brake. Cool, so we got that bottom one loose. In order to get to the upper one, there's the hard brake line that kind of goes in front of it. I can't get a good bite on a socket. So you're gonna remove these two 12s here, where the brake line, there's a little bracket there. And then we're also gonna remove the 12 here for this distribution block where it goes from a soft to a hard line. That way we can kind of massage those brake lines and get them out of the way. See, now I can't pull this off because the hard brake line. I guess I'm just gonna take off this whole bracket here. Where'd it go? There it is. Slide this ABS line out. There we go. And then now I can get some wiggle with this hard line to get that 22 off of the other bolt. There we go. We got both of these 22s loose. Undo the last one. Catch the caliper. Slide this guy out. Ah, thank you.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you. I forgot to take off the wheel spacer. That wraps up this install video. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tell me how bad of a job I did in the comments. Oh, sweet. Okay, this will work. All right, so now take your 21 mil and take your wheel spacer off. There we go. Just a few love taps. And now it's time for the rotor, which I have a feeling is really rusted onto this hub. So the good thing is, if we're replacing the rotors, these are just gonna be scrapped. Get yourself a large sledge and you know the old saying, hit it with your purse. We'll try the dead blow, see if this gets it loose. Don't think it's going to. Nope, I need a bigger sledge. There we go. Just a little motivation. Oh, that's a big boy. All right, so rotor slot direction. They are directional. If you look, this one goes in that direction, this one goes in that direction. This is passenger. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it on. So best way to go is as you're going forward. I grabbed the wrong rotor. Here we go. So these rotors are directional. The vanes are in opposite orders. So the best way to look at it is as you're going forward, the bottom of the slot will enter the pad first. And that way, as you're going forward, it'll gather gas and material. And then when you come out, it slings it out the top. I don't know if that's actually the way it works. That's just how it works in my head. So yeah, bottom enters first, top enters last. And if you kind of follow that mindset, you'll never switch up your left and your right. That holds that in place. Now we can get the caliper back on, and then we will do the pads from there. All right, so rotor on, we're gonna get the caliper back on before we do the pads. So we'll take it off our little caliper hanger. And then slide this guy back on. Can't. Ah, there we go. Just took a little massaging. Cool. Slide this ABS sensor back in its home, and then this bracket will go to there, which just needs a little bit of love. Harsh love. Sweet, so there's the rotor. Now let's move on to the brake pads. For this, just to make it a little bit easier, sorry, I'm gonna rotate, oh, steering wheel lock. Sydney!
I'm going. I can't get in it, it's too high.
Just jump.
No, you don't need, just open the door and hit the button. Cool. Anyways, it's not factory hardware either. These pins are not in enough. Look at this. They're barely coming through these holes. I don't know what hardware this is, but it's not stock. So to take the pads out of Akibonos, everything comes through the top. There's two retaining clips here that we're gonna pull out with some needle nose, slide the pins out, take the top spring off, and then the pads will slide right out. So first remove the rattle springs, or the retaining clips. Boop. And boop. Grab our punch. I'm gonna grab the smaller hammer and a little mallet. Punch these pins out. There we go. Whew. We're throwing away these old pads, so I'm just grabbing a flathead. I'm just gonna work those pistons back into the caliper like that. And then as you do this, it's gonna wanna push some back in, some out. You can see how it's like, as I'm pushing these in, it's pushing these out. You just go back and forth a couple times and you'll be good. Ideally, you'd wanna have a pad spreader. I don't have one right now. So just a good old flathead screwdriver. Now remove the factory pads, the worn out pads. So those pistons are recessed in, and now we got room for our new Carbotech XP12s. These are a very harsh compound, very noisy. Yeah, these are race pads. So they have extreme bite. It is amazing how much more performance you can get out of your brakes just by changing the pads. There is a very specific bed-in procedure that we will do when everything's done. But yeah, let's go ahead and slide these guys in. Dude, these new Jukes are looking pretty good. I like that blue. Ooh, she goopy. Almost forgot. Pad quiet. I'm just gonna put a little bit here on the back of the pad. Be sure not to get any of this on the actual compound. We'll just slide this guy right in there, just like that. This stuff dries. It's got like almost like a silicone rubbery kind of feel to it. So it just makes it to where it's not direct metal on metal, making any kind of clanking as you're like oscillating back and forth on the pedal. And here, just like that. Which I guess this is a kind of, it's already got XP12s on the front. Why even do that? Because this thing is going to be squealing so loud. All right, So now new hardware, new springs, new pins, new clips. All right, so a lot of people we've seen, they get these backwards. There's a part number. If you get them from us, at least, it may differ depending on what hardware you have. Part number faces out. So it will go in, stay. And the pins, the head of the pin here goes towards the inside of the vehicle. This end goes towards the outside, so. When you get to here, this pin needs to go through that piece. So it takes a good bit of pressure. There we go. There we go. Ah! Got it. Just, yeah, see how that one's in on top of that one, but it's on top of that one, and it's on top of that one, but not on top of that one?
What?
So make sure your corners here are above the pads, top and bottom. Pins go through the middle just like that. And you can see the hole right there for our retaining pin. And you just, is that it? Yep, there we go. If the hole doesn't line up 100%, you can just grab a pair of needle nose, grab the pin and just kind of clock it to where that pin hole is sticking straight out of the caliper. All right, front's tight. We got those two caliper bolts tightened back down to the spindle. So now let's go to the rear. Now onto the rear. So the caliper bolts that attach it to the spindle, all that, 19 mil. Ratcheting 19 mil. Yeah, so right here on the opposite side of the traction arm, it's a tight fit, so definitely recommend a wrench. Ah! Just remove the wrench. Engineers, man. No offense. Isn't that funny? Ha! Thank you, Kyle. Sucker. So don't do what I did. Otherwise, you'll pin the wrench in between the traction arm and the bolt, which I'm threading this thing out and it feels like it's about to hit the traction arm and not come all the way out. If that's the case, we're gonna wrap up this video because I'm not removing traction arms and realigning this car. Okay, there we go. Got it. There we go. All right, now we'll just take the capillary off. Take the caliper off, and we can just set it right up top, on top of that upper control arm. All right, 21 mils on the wheel spacers. Grab your big trusty hammer. This one's gonna be a little bit more difficult because on that one, the dust shield doesn't encompass the entire thing all the way around. It does on this one except for the spot right here, but then you have suspension components, so it's a little bit of tight fit, but still doable. That was easy. Boom. Make sure you grab the right side if you're doing anything other than blank rotors. Dang it, Dave. I forgot the little rubber cap. Doot-doot. That little guy. Parking brake hardware. Do you say parking brake or do you say e-brake?
E-brake.
I kind of go back and forth.
You say parking brake or e-brake?
E-brake.
You call it e-brake or parking brake?
Depends on the mood.
Ah, me too. All right, so rotors in, got our bolts back. We're gonna put the caliper on, tighten these guys back down, and then we'll do the pads. Got a little brass punch, a little mallet, and tap these guys right on out. You know, before you do that, you might want to take off the retaining pins. All right, so pads aren't as easy to access, right? Can't turn the wheel out. I'm gonna remove those retaining clips, same locations, I think. Yep, as the front, pin here, and then we'll knock these pins out, take clip off, and pretty much same process as we did on the front. There's one. There's two. Now we'll grab our punch. Grab our pliers. That was almost bad. Your hands are cold, and it finally lets go. And then you need that quiet, special alone time to yourself. All right, now. Yeah, you still had life on these pads. They're not bad at all. Grab your bottle of CRC disc brake quiet. Again, not like it's really gonna make a difference with these bad boys, but why not? So we got our pads. Slide in the outboard. There we go. And slide in the inboard. There we go. Boom. Cool. Got our new hardware. This one, you see the little clips that kind of look like they hook like that. That goes inward like this. So pin will come across like that. Remember that, you'll get it right every time.
60% of the time, it works every time.
I'm Austin doing brake installs. Start feeding that pin through. And then, there we go. Ooh. All right, got those guys in. We got our new retaining clips. So now, this one's gonna be difficult to see. Clock that guy just a little bit, same with that one. There we go, that's one. Boop. So all we have left to do is repeat everything on the other side, put the wheels on, and then we'll go do bed in. Okay. Okay, that's a bad idea.
I'm here for more sport. Got this. That's a good pry bar. Flathead pry bar?
But growing up, I thought calipers like this were the bomb diggity.
Well, I never.
Nice. All right, let's not make the same mistake as last time. Does nobody care about shit? Wait, I only did one front. I just started the rear. Stay. Time, yeah, I can see that getting annoying. Good story, Dave. What?
The timer stopped working.
I'm going to suck. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. All right, so that's how you install brake pads and rotors on a 370Z equipped with Takibonos. The only thing left we have to do is the bed-in procedure. These are Carbitex. They have very specific, procedure for bedding these in. So we're not going to show you that because it all depends on what kind of pad you buy. Be sure to check whatever brand you got on their website for that proper procedure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and be sure to like, subscribe, and comment on what how-to videos you would like us to do next.